Do you love the Korean drama Sweet Home? Do you want to know how it was made? How did the director create the thrilling scenes? How did the writers adapt the webtoon into a Netflix series? If you're curious about these questions, then you're in luck. Let's watch some behind the scenes. Sweet Homes is a Netflix original series based on a popular webtoon of the same name. It tells the story of a group of survivors who try to fight against monstrous creatures that have taken over the world. The series is praised for its thrilling plot, realistic characters, and impressive visual effects. Here are some behind-the-scenes facts about Sweet Home that you might not know. The series took about 2 years to complete, from pre-production to post-production. The director, Lee Young-bak, said that he wanted to make a faithful adaptation of the webtoon, but also add his creative touch to the story and the monsters. The monsters in Sweet Home are a combination of practical effects and computer-generated imagery, CGI. The production team hired renowned choreographers, stunt actors, makeup artists, costume designers, and VFX specialists to create the terrifying creatures that haunt the viewers. Some of the monsters, such as the tongue monster, the spider monster, and the protein monster, were based on the webtoon, while others, such as the eye monster, the pregnant monster, and the fish monster, were original creations by the director. Sweet Home series has captivated audiences from its imaginative storyline and visual stunning monsters. The process of bringing these monsters from the webtoon to life on screen is a fascinating journey that involves a team of top-class makeup artists, stunt actors, costume designers, VFX specialists, and more. The first step in the process is conceptualization. The team starts by studying the webtoon and understanding the characters of each monster. Then, they brainstorm ideas on how to translate these characters into real-life monsters. This involves a lot of creativity and imagination, as the team has to think about how the monsters would move, behave, and interact with the characters in the series. Once the team has a clear idea of what they want the monsters to look like, they move on to the design phase. This involves sketching out the monsters and creating detailed designs for their costumes and makeup. The team pays close attention to every detail, from the color of most monsters to the texture of their scales or fur. Next comes the fabrication phase, where the team brings the monsters to life. This involves a lot of hands-on work, including sculpting, painting, and sewing. The team uses a variety of materials, such as latex, foam, and fabric, to create the monsters, while the faces are often made from silicone molds. The team also uses prosthetics and special effects makeup to create the monsters' features. The monsters are then brought to life on set through the performances of the stunt actors. These actors undergo rigorous training to learn how to move and behave like monsters. They also have to endure long hours in the makeup chair, as applying the monster's outfit and costumes can take several hours. In addition to the physical performances, the team also uses VFX to enhance the monsters and make them even more terrifying. This involves adding digital effects such as glowing eyes or dripping slime in post-production. The team works closely with the VFX specialists to ensure that the digital effects blend seamlessly with the physical performance. Finally, the monsters are integrated into the series through careful editing and sound design. The team uses a variety of sound effects, from growls and roars to squelches and slithers, to bring the monsters to life. They also use music and soundscapes to create a sense of tension and fear whenever the monsters appear on screen. Overall, the process of creating the monsters for Sweet Home is a collaborative effort that involves a lot of creativity, skill, and hard work. The result is a series of nightmare-inducing monsters that are terrifying as they are fascinating. The success of Sweet Home is a testament to the talent and dedication of the team behind the scenes. The actors who played the human characters also had to undergo a lot of physical and emotional challenges to portray their role. Song Kang, who played the main character, Cha Hyun-soo, said that he had to lose 10 kilograms of weight and train for 6 months to prepare for the role. He also had to wear a special suit to simulate the transformation process of becoming a monster. Lee Si-young, who played the firefighter, Seo Yi-kyung, said that she had to do a lot of action scenes and stunts, such as jumping from a building, fighting with a monster, and running in a fire suit. Lee Jin-wook, who played the mysterious Pyong Sang-wook, said that he had to learn how to use various weapons and act with a prosthetic eye. Lee Do-hyun, who played the genius hacker Lee Un-hyuk, said that he had to memorize a lot of lines and technical terms, as well as act with a lot of emotion. The series also features a lot of references and Easter eggs to other popular Korean dramas and movies. For example, in episode 2, there's a scene where Cha Hyun-soo watches a zombie movie on his laptop, which is actually Train to Busan, a hit movie by the same production company as Sweet Home. In episode 6, there's a scene where Lee Yoon-hyuk plays a piano song for the other survivors, which is actually the same song that he played in his previous drama, 18 Again. In episode 9, there's a scene where Pyong Sang-wook fights with a monster using a hammer, which is homage to the movie's Korean thriller. The Old Boy movie series received a lot of positive reviews and feedback from both fans and critics. It became one of the most watched Netflix original series in 2020, ranking in a top 10 in over 70 countries. It also received a lot of praise for its social commentary, its diversity of characters, and its message of hope in humanity. The webtoon creator, Kim Carnby, said that he was very satisfied with the adaptation and that he hoped for a second season. When talking about Sweet Home, a South Korean web series that has gained immense popularity worldwide, the series is based on a webtoon of the same name by Kim Carnby and Hwang Young-chan, which has over 2.1 billion net views. The series was released on Netflix on December 18, 2020, and the second season is scheduled to be released on December 1, 2023. A third season is also in production. The story revolves around Cha Hyun-soo, a high school student who becomes suicidal after his family is killed in a car accident. He moves into an apartment, Green Home, where he hopes to lead a quiet life. However, his life took a drastic turn when mysterious incidents started in his apartment and throughout Korea. People begin to turn into monsters that reflect their innermost, most desperate desires. This phenomenon is referred to as the monsterization. The residents of Green Home, including Hyun-soo, a mysterious man named Pyeon Sang-wook, who has a scar on his face, find themselves trapped inside a building as monsters lurk outside. They must band together and fight against these monsters in order to survive. As the series progresses, Hyun-soo finds himself in the middle of this apocalypse and gains the powers of the infected after merging with the beast inside him, becoming a superpowered being. Other notable characters in the series include Soo Yeon-kyung, a former firefighter whose fiancée disappeared 2 days before their wedding, and Lee Yoon-hyuk, a medical student who becomes the leader of the building Sivers. Each character has a unique backstory and personality, adding depth and complexity to the series. Sweet Home is not just a horror series, but also a drama that explores themes of survival, humanity, and morality. It asks the question, what does it mean to be human? And explores the theme throughout all episodes. It shows the best and worst sides of humanity. The will to survive that can unite or turn people against each other. The will to be humane as a way of fighting against the circumstances, but also using the horrifying situation as an excuse to abandon empathy. The series is known for its stunning visual effects, gripping storyline, and well-developed characters. It has received positive reviews from critics and audiences alike for its unique take on the horror genre and the exploration of deep, thought-provoking themes. Whether you're fond of horror, drama, or just looking for a series with compelling storyline and complex characters, Sweet Home is definitely worth a watch. The Sweet Home series is a Korean drama. Korean dramas are TV shows that are made in South Korea and usually have a romantic, comedic, or thrilling plot. They are very popular around the world and have millions of fans who watch them online or on TV. Korean dramas have different genres and themes, such as historical, fantasy, crime, medical, school, family, and more. They are diverse and creative. Korean dramas have a lot of variety and originality in their stories and genres. Just when you thought you knew everything about the making of Sweet Home, a rocking revelation awaits. What if the monsters weren't products of imagination and special effects? What secrets are they hiding behind the scenes? Comment your thoughts on the series, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.